All right, Shot Time. We should be live now. Inglewood, Cali is also in the building. This is Mouthpiece included. This is part 2 of our riveting series, Black Grapplers, Black Professional Wrestlers. And we're also going to break down, is it real? That's what we're going to get into today. Is pro wrestling real? We're going to reveal the truth. So if any kids out there who don't want to know about Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, any parents out there, feel free to have your kids watch the show. We'll let you know when we're going to disclose whether or not pro wrestling is in fact real. As always, though, we have some pre-show business to tend to. Let's see here. Pre-show business.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Open panel, pull up, slide through. Don't forget your mouthpiece.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
Okay, I'm in my local Ralph's, and this happened.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can
Man, where do they keep the honey around here?
The Bears.
Excuse me, you know where the honey is?
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like
Oh,
a gaggle?
The Bears.
The Bears.
Who wants she's head?
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan
Bears.
of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle
The
of
Bears.
girls? The Bears.
That's right. We're going to drop that link in the chat.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of
We're
the
going to drop that
Bears.
link in the chat. You
Who
guys
are
can
the
pull up.
guys that are the best
Don't
in
forget
the
to bring your
world and make
mouthpiece.
the rest of the team look like a...
Well, guys, let's go to the swimming pool. Let's go
Yeah.
take a shower. Let's go water skiing.
Don't forget to
Yeah.
bring a towel.
There he is.
Be sure to bring a towel so you don't get all wet.
Yes, sir. Now we are cueing the music. Cue the music. Oh, no. Cue the song. There it is. There it is. Yes, sir. Silverbacks are back. Inglewood, Cali, by way of Chi-Town, in the building. TATN. Mouthpiece included. Better guard your grill. Mouthpiece included. All right, y'all know we got our hot topics. Thank you for smashing your thumb. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So how our show runs, we run our How About Those Bears segment, and then How About Them Bulls. See if we got some Bulls data. It's all about analytics in today's league. And then, of course, what the Cubs doing? Lawson? We got them Cubs. We talk some Sox quick hits, Chicago White Sox quick hits. Then, of course, our weekly hot topics. We have some juicy hot topics. Juicy? Can you say juicy, Smollett? We got some juicy hot topics lined up for you cats today. And then the hottest topic is part 2. And that's the history of your melanated pro black grapplers out there. And as I said at the 10-op, we are going to unveil the WWE. Is it real? Yes, sir. Let's get our Silverback over in the building. Our resident Silverback, Big Ace, Jackie Robinson, famous finest management, JRW, Jackie Robinson West, I should say, for some reason.
In the building.
What down, fool? What down?
What down? Happy Juneteenth weekend. Father's
Juneteenth.
Day.
I'm not a slave.
I'm not a slave. Yeah. I think some people still need to hear that. I am not a slave.
Facts.
Go out there and lead those young men that's going to run our country, run your neighborhoods, your aldermen, your senators. Teach them they're not slaves.
Man.
And now they don't have that mentality.
Man, let's get with the Board of Education and let them know that these kids aren't future slaves. They're not pre-slaves.
Or whatever the hell the curriculum is in these schools nowadays. I was at work, matter of fact, today, and yesterday. I went and worked at another site, and there's a couple of big ladies. Didn't know they were off on Monday for Juneteenth, and then they were asking each other what it was. So educate. They had, no idea, didn't care. Now, who doesn't know? I don't care what race you are, what a holiday is, and when you off. So, yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. At my gig, during the holidays, we get they offer overtime, right?
Yeah.
And they package this up as Father's Day overtime. I'm like, wait a minute. It took me a while. I'm like, Father's Day? Is Father's Day a holiday? What the fuck is going on? Right? I'm like, man, I'm not a dad. Do I get that off? It's Juneteenth. So, hey, big ups. But, what else is going on in the Chi, bro?
The Chi is a heat wave, man. It's 100 in the shade here. 110 yesterday. They said it came from the west. My gosh. So it's hot here. It's so hot they can't even, get out and act the fool until late in the evening. Trying to do our thing here. It's baseball season. That's what we need. Trying to keep the kids occupied, keep them busy, keep them positive. So that's what we're doing in the Chi. It'll be a bunch of stories on the news that you don't want to hear. Let me give you a good one. The kids are out there doing their thing.
Yeah, well, that's great because, we don't get a lot of the positive news stories with the kids that are not out there, shooting and carjacking, whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of kids from the league graduating, college, high school, grammar school, taking the next step in their lives. A lot of single moms are proud of their children and, the progress they're making, doing whatever they can to keep positive role models in their lives. Normally it's through the league, and the parents are blending as one, trying to make, these kids have a good life. So it's working out.
Yeah, and what's your assessment, bro? Do you think you're seeing more dad involvement?
Well,
from Generation X and the millennial dads?
I can't say more. Primarily, it's the moms that are going to, sign the kids up, get them to the games, get them, get the uniforms clean and all that stuff. The dads will come out a couple games. Maybe we can attribute it to them working, or hopefully them having some other, occupation that won't allow them to be at the games. So most of the time, it's either the dad coaches that are at the games, or the moms. So we hope to change that trend going into this new decade of baseball. So hopefully it works out. Matter of fact, I was talking to the league president, Jackie Robinson. He informed me that 7 of the top 10 draft prospects in the combine are of African melanated descent, which is a big change for what's been going on in the past years. So you're seeing a lot more brothers being drafted or in line to be drafted into MLB.
Man, what do you think? I know MLB invested in it over the last, I think, like 15 years or so. You think that has a lot to do with it?
Well, that and you have, you have the initiatives from RBI program. A lot of teams are sponsoring teams to get more black players playing baseball. And you also have Ken Griffey Jr. Has a high position as far as the African American Baseball Initiative in the MLB. So I want to attribute it to him partly and the players. So, and we'll see what happens.
I bet you some of it is that Jackie Robinson effect too. What y'all did, made that run, and then that girl from Philly. I bet that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these kids they're coming up through the ranks. They're playing college ball now. There's a kid for the University of Oklahoma playing in the College World Series. He came from Jackie Robinson, the White Sox Ace program. His dad was Leo grad, and he's killing for Oklahoma Sooners, and you don't see that normally in the Power 5 baseball or the World Series for baseball. So,
what high school did he play at, bro?
High school, I believe he played at Brother Rice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I have to look it up, but I believe it was.
Okay, all right.
But he's always been a good player. His dad was a stud too. So.
You say what? It broke up on my end.
Oh, his dad was a stud too. He was a Leo grad, and he passed on those athletic genes to his son, and he's excelled at baseball. He's still excelling.
Yeah, his baseball IQ is through the charts.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. They just can't say black people are smart, so they start talking about his basketball IQ, his football IQ.
Well, they took away the dynamics as far as speed and stealing bases and skill on the defensive path, and made it, chicks dig the long ball. So
right,
the long ball. So they got to change the game.
Facts. All right, so y'all know the topic. The history of melanated pro grapplers. We're going to jump right on into it, Ace. So let's start out with how about them? We'll do the Cubbies. The Cubbies got their big dusted.
Big mustard.
Can you say Dick Mustard on YouTube? I mean, it was like they should have had a slaughter rule. But you got any Cubs? How about those Cubs, man? Yeah, they should they should quit.
Yeah, they might as well just end the season right now. I know, people are still going out to the ballpark and buying hot dogs and $12 beers.
Getting suntans and stuff.
Suntans, yeah. Loving it and taking off work while the brothers at work, the managers at the Cubs game, loving themselves and using the company credit card, all that. But
company's tickets,
that even more. But they've lost 10 in a row. They got Molly. No, they didn't get Molly Wop today. It was the other day. But they lost.
Yeah, they were in it today. I'm pretty sure they lost, though. I didn't, keep following
it. I mean, it's 10 in a row, man. What? There's nothing they can do. Last year was the white flag sale. Who do you get rid of this year?
Whoever teams want, you get rid of them, and you build this from the foundation up. And you just come up through the farm team. If you want to lose 10 straight, I can have AA players out there losing 10 straight.
So you're going to trade Kyle Hendricks because he's their ace pitcher.
Yeah, I'd get rid of Hendricks.
For prospects?
Yeah.
Everybody on the team is a prospect.
I read an article where they had somebody, though. They said the Yankees, I think, were interested in.
Yeah.
Who was
Water boy. He made sure they had high quality H2O. during the games?
Nah. I was reading an article, man. I had to try to dig it up. It was. I don't think it was Hendrick. It was a closer, maybe one of their somebody in their bullpen. Yeah, it might have been the closer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some teams want him. He's like 38 years old, I think, 36, veteran closer. Let's get him. Let's ship him up. Let's ship him out of there. I'm gonna put him in an Uber Black car, and we'll Uber Black him all the way to New York City. We won't even put him on a plane.
They can get a flight. They'll be flying that way sooner or later. Just drop them off on the flight game against the Mets, and this is where you're gonna be playing for the rest of the season.
I mean, come on, man. Yep, him, Hendricks, and that'll be it. I mean, if you're saying the rest of them are young prospects, I wouldn't move anymore. I mean, but you got to start calling some of these other cats up. But they so cheap they don't like to do that because then they're on the clock as far as the
service time starts.
Yes.
I mean, they got a shortstop in the minor leagues that came from Chicago.
Should be in the majors.
Yeah, well, yeah. Why not?
Why not?
What do you have to lose? You're losing 10 games in a row. So if he comes up and you lose 12 in a row, what difference does it make? Get the kids some time, some experience in the bigs, get them stronger, and get them out there.
Facts.
Maybe he'll become a commodity.
Is that the kid who came up through JRW?
Yeah. He played on the 2014 team. He got drafted in the first round a couple years ago.
Now, if that kid was blonde-haired and blue-eyed, you think they'd have pulled him up by now?
Oh, yeah.
If the Cubs couldn't do it, Major Leagues would have had him traded to somebody who could do it, huh? Yeah. They're going to have this handsome, drop-dead, gorgeous, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, shortstop stud sitting in your farm team, and we got, we're trying to sell tickets.
Yeah, think of the marketing. We're trying to sell hot dogs and damn seats. Hot dogs, seats, and beer. That's the formula.
But actually, if you do bring that kid up, it will create a buzz in Wrigley.
Chicago,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cubs are ran by the Ricketts family.
Ricketts. Yeah. Ricketts.
Yeah.
It's crickets behind the Ricketts. All right, well, let's get off them. They lost 10 straight. Go Cubs. That's my north side team. So the Sox, man. So your closer, they talking about potentially Tommy John surgery?
Yeah. You're excited guy, the guy that wants to jump to the roof of the stadium when he comes out of the bullpen. Yeah, he's on the IR, and Tommy John. But it's it's the same. It's the same story all year for the White Sox. Injuries coming up.
Last year too, huh?
Yeah. Kopech, the stud pitcher that throws 100 plus miles an hour. His ankle was hurting the other day. Took him out the game, put him on the disabled list.
Just because he had a sore ankle.
Yeah, maybe tripped.
Man, you better shoot that ankle up with some cocaine or whatever whatever they're using these days. In the 70s, they'd have rubbed some cocaine ointment on that ankle, and you better get out there and throw the ball.
Bitch, if you don't get your ass. Yeah, the trainer's gonna go out there and look at his ankle.
We got 162 games. Ain't nobody sitting down.
Right. So these guys they'll go out in the middle of a damn regular season game in the middle of the season, and next thing you know, they're out for the
Shut them down. Yeah. Must be nice. With guaranteed money.
Come on, man.
Must be nice, man. Must be nice. Hey, if anybody out there from my job is watching, you guys want to shut me down and pay me for the rest of the year, hey, shut me down. Yeah, we're gonna shut them down. We want to save them next year. Next year it's gonna be busy. We expect it to be more busy next year.
His fingers are hurting, and we don't want to.
Yeah, and his vocal cords and his fingers. So we want to make sure he's.
We don't want him to go out with laryngitis for the rest of the year.
That's right.
And carpal tunnel. So we're gonna.
That's right. And there's a small chance he can catch covert, and things of this nature. So let's shut him down for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's what's going on. They're looking for Eloy Jimenez to come back. He's working in the minor leagues, but it's the same story. You don't have any pitch. You trying to go to the playoffs and win. If you can't win,
Playoffs? Are you kidding me right now? Playoffs? You kidding me right now?
and
Playoffs?
your manager's 115 years old. So yeah.
Well, they explain because I know you and Diesel be low on some of the decisions he's making, and maybe some of these not bums, but some of these guys are hurt, and that's why he's not bringing them in. Because they got tweaked this and they tweaked that.
Yeah, I got to look at that his old school mentality as far as these guys got to get help. I mean, you got to go out there and play because he never comments on these guys hurting their ankles or tweaking their fingers or having a problem with their rib cage and none of that.
Right.
So I'm sure he still has that old school mentality. Like, they sit down for a couple of days, get some ice, sit in the cold tub, and get their ass back out there.
Man, they ought to hire that doctor from Michigan State. I'd have him in the bullpen. If you're hurt, go see him. He'd stick his fingers right up his balls. Let you play. Your ankle's hurt. Get over here. Get back in here. Let me stick my finger in your balls.
Let me get
you what I mean? Cough. Cough like a horse. You know what I mean?
Make sure everything's okay.
Right. I bet you they wouldn't be hurt no more.
I don't want to go see Dr. Cough in my hands. No.
All right. Big ups to Dr. Cough in my fingers. Yeah, all right, we got the White Sox 30-31, bro. But they're 5 games back. And like I said, damn near everybody makes the playoffs. Their last 10, they're 6-4, 13-17 at home. That's awful. They need to tear down that stadium and rebuild it because it's awful. It doesn't represent Chicago in any way. That stadium sucks. I would mimic the Cubs stadium over there on the south side. Get with the ivy and everything, and then they're 17-14.
South side, north side.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
To piss them off.
You guys think so bad? We're gonna make it look like the north side over there.
Yeah. Maybe we can get some of your fans to come over here. Now the Cubs, 23-40, they did lose today. 13 games back. They're tied with the Reds for 13 games back. 0-10 over their last 10, as you mentioned. 11-24 at home. And 12-16 on the road. That's seriously, bro. I'd play my Double-A team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of the games, especially with these last 10, they've had position players coming in pitching. And matter of fact, one game they didn't want the position player to come in because it was too early in the game. They were getting their ass kicked. I mean, what's going on.
How can that be different from letting your Double-A players play?
Right. Or Triple-A. I mean, you got some grinders down there in Triple-A who's been there for a number of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got. But they don't want to give them that contract. You bring them up.
That's exactly what it is. The Ricketts are like, shit. They over there rolling, listening to us right now. Like,
bring them up. They making 40,000. Now you trying to, they getting a 500,000 minimum. Come on, now.
Yeah, right. I guess that's true. Well, I mean, but the Sox are still in the thick of things, though, bro. So they shouldn't shut them down yet. But they got to make moves, though.
Yeah, but the players are hurt. I mean, who are you going to trade? The guys that you want to trade or are thinking about trading are up-and-coming stars, so you really don't want to trade them.
Right.
And it's your pitching. Your pitching's
right. And then you trade everybody, and the guys you need are going to be hurt anyway. It's like a catch-22.
Yeah. So, they're going to ride it out. The Cubs might bring back Theo. They might have to send a yacht to his crib with a boatload of money on it and say, yeah, we're going to need you back. Try to work with this guy you left us, and
Well, their manager's available too. Maybe they'd go back Theo and bring back what's his name, Joe Madden. I know him and Theo had a bad relationship at the end, but hey, let's do it again.
But Joe Madden was making a lot of money.
Yeah.
they're cool with David Ross.
I hated him as a manager, just full disclosure.
Well, yeah. They thought because of him being a catcher and friendly with the fans, he would
He
come
was
in.
popping lids of acid, I'm sure of it, allegedly, during the games because the way he managed was Phil Jackson on steroids.
And run a triangle out there on the baseball field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to play the absolute worst players.
If this guy he didn't get it done yesterday, he didn't hustle yesterday, so we're going to bring in Jimmy.
Right.
Jimmy serving up the water. He's giving us high quality H2O. Yeah. Well, the Yankees are interested in him, so we're going to get him out there on the field.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was a player's coach. All right, you guys, like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in the building. The link is in the chat for anybody who wants to pull up. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Phone lines are open, 424-900-6945. That's troll free.
Don't be scared.
424-900-6945. That's troll free. All right, let's jump forward, bro. How about them Bears? We got just in time, they say, is receiving the Peyton Manning treatment, meaning he's getting 99.999% of the starter treatment, the starter snaps. What say ye about that?
What's the problem? I mean, those other guys on the team, like they say, if they're in the game, we're effed. So, so why would we get them the reps in preseason and a new offense when we're trying to get just in time ready to play a football season?
Man, how much farther along they have been at the idiots? The previous regime used the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they shouldn't even have let that happen. If he should have had all these snaps last year, bro.
Yeah, well, he was an idiot. And that's why he's the quarterback's coach in Kansas City, which, quarterback's coach / water boy.
Oh, you're saying that's like being the two-guard coach when Michael Jordan was playing for the Bulls.
Right.
I'm the two-guard coach.
Gotta make sure when he comes out of the game, he needs 2 towels, one for the back of his neck and one to put over his lap. Okay, you're in charge of
that. All right. Yeah. And talk to him every now and then and make it look like you're talking about something.
Right. Because don't piss him off because he's not Chicago Bears shit. He's gonna get pissed off and you're gonna get fired. So
right. Yeah. Place his gambling bets for him, pick up his cigars, clean off his Jordans. But I say this, Ace, I agree. Just in time should be getting all these snaps. I love what the new regime is doing. They actually have, I think, one of the quarterbacks coaches or some quarterback whisperer that was there with Peyton Manning.
Okay.
And and this is his philosophy that this guy needs 99.999% of the snaps. Yeah.
I mean, they got a coach that wants to find football players, i.e., unrestricted free agents or guys that didn't get drafted.
Mm-hmm. Guys with the chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, with a chip on the shoulder, and they can play football.
Right.
I mean, everybody that gets drafted isn't a football player.
No, they be drafting athletes.
Yeah.
Like if Willie Gault came out now, he'd get drafted in the first or second round because you see how fast he ran at 40. Yeah.
It's like what's that guy that Hayes drafted? Kevin White. He was busting out of his suit. He had so many muscles.
Yeah.
He was so fast and dominating in college. He couldn't catch the ball in the NFL. He still can't catch the damn ball.
Yeah, and can't stay on the field either. I mean, that's the bottom line. Papa Bear Hallis, I don't know what was in his heart, but if Papa Bear Racist was alive, I would just use him would Papa Bear Racist take him? You know what I mean? Papa Bear Racist wouldn't take nobody who couldn't play.
Yeah. Yeah, he took football players.
Yeah.
And he knew the type of players that needs to play in Chicago.
Yeah.
Guys hard-nosed.
Tough.
Play multiple positions. Tough. and can be ready when the damn the Hawk
Man,
and the
show
Skunk
up, man.
you're playing on that damn lake. These guys are still looking at analytics and shit. Hopefully,
You're right though. Look at him in the shuttle drill. You know what I mean? We've never seen anybody do the shuttle drill. You know, you don't use that on the football field.
shuttle drill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we had players like Pinky out there running around out there, and fullback Matsui, and Dave Dorson, and Doug Plank.
Man.
They might not have been the fastest guys. Gary Fenton.
But they had a nose for the football.
Yeah, they knew the game. And,
Otis Wilson. He wasn't the most, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But he had a guy next to him. He had two guys next to him, and Mike Singletary and Wilbur Marshall. As long as he knew where they were going to funnel the players to,
he just had to hit them. Just hit them as hard as possible. That's what he was doing.
Because they're going to run from these other guys.
Right.
And if you're there to hit them, you can knock the ball out or, make something happen. So, it's just football 101.
Same name with Walter Payton.
Yeah.
He was hitting the team and getting up and best player ever.
Yeah,
but on paper he probably wasn't the best. This and that. Didn't run the fastest 40, and
Yeah, but that mentality is not admired in football anymore. Like, Walter Payton would run into a guy or run into five guys, and somebody might hit him hard, but he's gonna
stiff arm him.
Yeah, and jump right up and get ready
right
for
up.
the next step. So
yeah, and like you said, man, that Chicago work ethic. That it's a blue collar city where people get up and go to work 40-degree weather, and you need players that represent that.
Well, I mean, it also goes back to the team not having an identity. You got a Chicago football team that's been based on defense and running the ball for the last 100 years, and now you want to go out and get these guys that want to throw the ball to the sideline so the guy can run out of bounds or not get touched or not get hurt, and it makes no sense.
Yeah, that's not the way your hardcore season ticket holders. We're not talking about these corporate tickets they've been selling.
Yeah.
But the hardcore Bears fans, they like that good, hard-nosed, hard-hit football. We could take a loss as long as you knocked a few players out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, and that used to be the mentality when they were really bad. Even back in the 60s and 70s when Doug Buffon was on the team. I mean, the defense was outstanding. The team knew they would come to Chicago. They knew they were going to beat the Bears, but they knew they weren't going to win the next game next week because the Bears were going to beat the hell out of them.
Man, you wasn't coming there smiling and laughing and, pads off in the third quarter.
Shaking hands after the game. And
right. Right.
You was hoping to get out of Chicago without being out for the damn season.
Man, boys, nothing better than eating some bratwurst or some chicken wings, pounding about half of a 12-pack of brews in the first half, watching the Bears game, boy. Nice big hit. Oh, man, that's Bear football.
Yeah, but, that identity got lost finding all these offensive coaches. Basically,
that was a league mandate, man. That was the league and the narrative of ESPN and all these other places. I'm still reading articles where they're talking about, they were talking about the Bears. Will just in time break the Bears' all-time passing record because it's the lowest in the league, and the Bears need to come into modern. Stop with this bullshit. They need to get a ball to David Montgomery, who they said has been impressing Eberflus. He's been impressing him, and he's in a contract year. Yeah. He's a Bear, bro. He defines what a Bear is.
And his backup is a Bear, and they got a damn fullback that's a Bear. So let's run a damn football and get your fast-ass quarterback. Get Vince Evans out there running the damn football, throwing the football.
Man.
Yeah, these
Man, we don't care about passing records.
Do you
Jim McMahon wasn't breaking no passing records? Go ahead, bro.
You realize Vince Evans was the fastest quarterback in the NFL when he was on the damn team, and they were still running these drop back passes and all this bullshit ass offense.
Oh yeah, they were trying to prove that he couldn't play, and they were trying to make a case that black quarterbacks can't play, and he still did great.
Yeah.
That's what they were trying to do, and I think they were doing something similar with Justin Time. I don't think the previous regime really wanted him.
Nagy, yeah.
Or the guy who drafted him.
Well, the guy that drafted him, he screwed up when he passed on Mahomes and Watson. He wanted the guy that drove the Toyota Camry. Oh, he came. Oh, the Camry was clean. You should have saw the inside of the Camry. He had clean tan seats, and and he had a CD player in there. My gosh, I knew that's the guy I wanted to move up in the draft to get. With his 12 starts in college football.
Hey, I was reading the article, fool. It wasn't the coaching staff, but it was some players we had from last year on the Bears, talking about how much better Justin Time is looking. Well, a couple of them are talking about. I think it was the tight end. He was one of them. I'm trying to think of the other player. Might have been the receiver, Mooney. Talking about how he's getting them in and out of the huddle. I'd have a team meeting yesterday. If I hear one of y'all talking to the media about our quarterback getting the guy out of the huddle and his command of the huddle, we're cutting you. I promise you, we're cutting you. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? With this,
I'll slap the taste out of your mouth, then I'm gonna cut you. This is
if you can't find something nice to say about your quarterback besides his command of the huddle, I'm not taking away from the importance of that. But come on, that's a given for a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
That's a given.
Right.
Yeah.
And you want this kid to get you to a Super Bowl. So you're talking about, him getting you in and out of the huddle.
Right.
Let's start talking about what the pundits are talking about. His deep passes.
Correct.
His footwork is improving.
His work ethic, how he's there first and last to leave. Right.
And he's understanding the offense, and he's working with you.
Right.
During, the off season.
Right. And maybe if you're going to say he's getting them in and out of the huddle, maybe you can acknowledge because the coaches have prepared him better.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're talking about football players.
All right. Well, you sent the article about Bosa and Mac's straight gangster Mac love affair, or Bosa, Mac, and Mac. What are they having, a love affair over there? I mean, do we care?
Khalil Max, if healthy, is one of the more dominant players in the NFL. Now, you have Bosa on the other side, i.e. Robert Quinn, dominating. Who do you double team? Are you going to double team Matt? Are you going to double team Bosa? Are you going to let them both rush the quarterback one-on-one? So, I think Mac will flourish in another system. The Chuck Pagano system sucked, and the system he played in last year, he was hurt. So there's really no way to gauge how well he was playing because he only played half the season. But that Chuck Pagano system that he went to after Vic Fangio, accentuate his skills. They had him rushing 30 yards outside to get to the quarterback. So, besides the chip block, they had time to get the ball out because, your pass rusher is so far away from the quarterback. Now,
all right, I'm gonna give you an over/under.
Yeah.
10 games.
Okay.
Is Mac gonna play over that number or under that number this season?
San Diego?
Yeah.
Or LA? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll give him over.
They're in Inglewood, in fact.
Inglewood.
Yeah. So you give him over 10 games?
Yeah, you got he's got a house with an outdoor swimming pool and a hot tub and a cold tub and everything that come on, man. This dude making $30 million. And you can say what you want about being in Chicago and playing hard, but living that LA life I think will help him play, more games.
So you think the weather would be better on his bones?
Absolutely, absolutely. You coming off games. If you go to a cold weather city and you come back home and play in your cold weather city, and the guys are chipping at your knees and ankles, and you're getting double teamed every play. I think the warm weather and playing on the opposite side of Bosa would definitely help him propel back to have to be an All Pro. I mean, Bosa's an All Pro, bro. I mean, that dude's unstoppable on the field. Now you put Khalil Mack on the other side, and the team got a game plan for both of them. I don't care what the hell they think, but Khalil Mack, he's coming for somebody.
Yeah, if he's healthy, he's better than Bosa. But I'm.
He played half the season last year. And he had surgery. He's ready to play.
I'm going with the under. You got any? I'm going with the under. I'm going with the under. You got any?
90 million.
You got any Bulls banter, bro? Bro, your boy Ball. As much as I like him, they're still talking about, and they're considering another surgery. Listen, I don't know what kind of hustle and sham him and his dad and his team are running.
What is his contract, like $80 million 4 years?
Yeah. He's probably got one of them degenerative knees that running back for the Rams had that they all get coming out of Cali. And I don't know how they're messing it up, but I mean, if he's got to have another surgery, first time he's healthy, he's out. Yeah, he's out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who would be stupid. I mean, knowledgeable enough to take him at this point with his injury history.
Well, you could trade him with guard. You could trade. You talking about for the money? Yeah, it'll be some team probably feel like that point guard is the last piece, and they're not going to give up much. You might get a low first round pick or a second. You know what I'm saying? And some veteran bum.
You can do that in the last year of his contract, but this is just his second year, and he didn't even play his first year. So I don't know what they're going to do.
His knee was gimpy before we signed him to it.
Yeah, that's what the Bulls.
I mean, as much as I love his game, I mean, again, we don't play that knee stuff. We watch Jordan, Pippen, and Horace Grant start getting the knee problems and him not getting re-signed.
They were in their 30s.
Right.
Some guys in their 20s.
Rodman didn't have no knee. Right, exactly.
Zach with a bad knee. You got the point guard Ball with bad knee.
Man.
You gotta get rid of these guys.
And they keep talking about how, better athletes these are. And you look at it, you either have a bad knee or you don't. I mean, Kobe never really had the knee. Rest his soul. LeBron never had that knee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. At the end, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't play 20 damn seasons, so something's got to give.
Man.
But these guys are in their 20s.
And they're not even bigs, Ace. You could take it from a center or a big forward. All right, I'll wait for the big guy. We understand his knee. You know what I mean?
But in this league of no touching, no fouling, no hard play, your knees are just bad, and you're hurt. Yeah,
you can sit out any game you want. Right, rest.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What do they call it? Load management.
Load management. Yeah.
So you got Ball, who's not a dunker, who's never been a over the rim player, and his knees are bad. Zach LaVine, he can shoot the ball, but he still wants to throw down the power dunk, even though his knees are. Get rid of him. His basketball IQ isn't high, and you're looking at signing him to a max contract. Good luck to whatever team that wants you. Good luck.
Yeah, if I'm the Bulls, bro, I'm looking for a veteran point guard that I can get on the league minimum. And if nothing else, that's going to make Ball get his ass out there, I guess. But they said it seems like the surgery didn't go well. You know how that shit go. But, I mean, at some point in the middle of last season when the motherfucker wasn't ready, when he was supposed to have been ready, shut him down and get him the surgery to clean it up then. Right. It's
Right.
all that resting him all during this offseason and talking about he might need surgery again and he's not going to be there at the beginning of the season, Ace.
Is that crazy? You talking about October? It's damn June.
Right.
He's not going to be ready.
And we're going to go through that shit all next season. I can feel it.
Yeah, just see what you can package them up with, or do. What do they do? They do man. They do a player injury exemption or whatever, and get rid of his ass. And
yes, there it is. Yeah, and when he gets healthy, somebody can pick him up off the scrap heap.
Yeah.
If we live to regret it, we live to regret it. But
I doubt we will.
Bro, I mean, that's like a knee injury, a major knee like that, when that's going on to a basketball player, bro, that's like the equivalent to like an eye injury for a NASCAR driver.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
This dude been hurt every year in the league.
Right.
So what, he was going to come to Chicago and all of a sudden be healthy?
And that stuff is contagious, too. I don't want those guys in my locker room talking about the injuries all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to rehab again, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to see y'all probably closer to the playoff. Oh, man, they just pushed me.
Playoffs?
I'm just going, yeah. I'm out for the year. But we're going to work this summer, and next year, we're going to do. Oh shit! They just told me, man, I ain't gonna be ready for training.
I ain't gonna even be ready. I'm thinking about. He's still thinking. I'm thinking about. I might have to do the surgery. If you might have to do it again, man, then do it. You've been wrestling it all since last season, right? Who are these people? Of course, his dad said he'll be ready. Dr. Ball.
The new Rolls Royce is coming out.
We
gotta get that new Rolls Royce. It should be helpful.
All right, so let's move on to the NBA Finals, man. So, wow, you were talking about them not getting out of Boston possibly. They took 2 in Boston, and Golden State's currently winning 74-64. Looks like they might close this thing out.
In Boston. Yeah. Well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know what Boston is.
Wait, whoa. This game is in Boston?
Yeah. Game
so
7.
2, 3. So they didn't do the 2.
2-3-2. Yeah, they did a 2-2-1-1-1.
Right. Okay. So they got away from that finals format 2-3-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Boston, come on, man. You got these guys at your home, intimidating them. You got your fans calling them all kind of N-words or whatever the hell they do up there in Boston, and you can't get a game. You can't keep bullying them. So, shouts out to Golden State, the MVP.
And it looked like Chef is finally playing MVP ball in the finals, man. Like, this could be big for him, for his legacy, because he's been kind of short in the finals.
Yeah, well, you get him another chip. He's not playing against a dominant player in the Boston Celtics. They probably
you talking about dominant offensive point guard that's all up in his head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They probably started smelling the salt and figure, hey, we can beat these guys, we can bully these guys, we can do the same thing. But you got a coach that played on the Bulls with Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson as his coach, who knows how to make adjustments. And you've got an MVP at the point guard that's not really being guarded by anyone that can stop him. So
they got the defensive player of the year at point guard.
Oh, Jesus Shuttlesworth?
No, the Celtics point guard. He was the defensive.
Smart, yeah.
Yeah, it was literally the defensive player of the year, bro.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
I think he got hurt too. He got hurt in the last series, I want to say. It might have been this series, but yeah, he got hurt. So I don't think
year is a full year accomplishment, and that was bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think he's 100% though. Can't think of his name, but yeah, it looks like Chef's
Smart. Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Smart. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna get his. Chef's gonna get his. Would this be? I think this will be his first Finals MVP.
No, is it? Oh, I'm thinking of the league MVPs.
Yeah, because Durant got it. Durant got 2 chips with them, right?
Yeah.
He got it both those years. You remember Iguodala got it 1 year.
Oh, okay.
How many? Would this be number 4 for them?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right. He ain't got none.
Oh, okay.
And when Iggy got it, I thought I would probably gave it to Chef. Iggy's numbers weren't too much better, but Curry's numbers were down.
Yeah, he showed up big in the big games.
Yeah.
Back in the
Iggy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chef was not. He was a shell of himself, but I think he was hurt too. But hey, if you lace him up and you put the jersey on, you're out there.
Yeah. You're
healthy enough to play. You're healthy enough to take your medicine, I guess.
Right. But it's amazing that Boston had that. They broke the home court advantage, and then they went home and jagged it off. Because you come into my building, there's no freaking way that you're gonna win in the NBA Finals. I don't give a damn who you bringing in. I'm gonna follow the formula or whatever we have to do to change game to game to beat you, but you're not gonna beat me in my building when I got a chance to win the championship in my building. That's just me.
Yeah, but and the reason we both picked Golden State by the time it came down to this is that championship DNA. Yeah. Once you get used to winning chips and you just get used to winning, you get a certain edge, a certain chip on your shoulder. Like everybody's bums basically in your mind. We're not losing to these bums.
These bums shouldn't even be here.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right. So now let's move on. Man, we've been doing this every week. That's because they're printing money, and money longer has its value. But we got another melanated person to join the Billionaire Club. I think there's only 700. I'll Google it. Maybe 200 billionaires in the U.S. But Tiger Woods joins the Billionaire Club. You got anything to say about that?
Well, I don't know. It's me, but I thought he was already in the club. Maybe they took him down after he got the divorce or whatever.
Oh yeah, the divorce. Yeah, she's probably flirting with $1 billion. Yeah, that fucked him up. But go ahead, bro.
But I thought
same thing with Jordan. Jordan would have been far ahead of the game too, if Juanita didn't get that bag. It set him back. That's money they could have been investing instead of her going out buying purses and paying for money for her new young buck. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead. My fault.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan should have been a billionaire a long time ago. I think the majority of it was the agents and the companies were conspiring together to, they all were going to make money. It was just a matter of how much money Jordan was going to get paid. So, David Falk, whatever his guy was back in the time, he had all the leverage and power in the world to give Mike whatever he wanted. And, I think it took too long for him to be a billionaire. I think the NBA should have given him at least $500 million or $1 billion, taking them to taking the league global, which Magic and Larry Bird did.
Hold on, let me cut in right quick before I forget. There's 927 U.S. billionaires, and 15 of those 927 U.S. billionaires are colored. So let me do this times 100. That gets you 1.6%. I don't even think that's right. 15.
Same numbers.
Yeah, that's right. 1.6% of U.S. billionaires are colored.
Yeah, same numbers. 1%. You want 1%? Absolutely.
And I wonder how many of those are athletes and entertainers.
Probably a majority. I mean, I know you got a lot that
Jordan, Jay-Z. I think Kanye is flirting with it. He might be on this list. I think I saw something.
I mean, I think some of this billionaire revenue is made up because they're just getting over the billionaire mark where Elon Musk is what, 50, 60
Right.
billion dollars. You know, you got the Gates dude, 20, 30 billion dollars, and all these guys that are stealing oil and, you know, raping us for gas prices now are billionaires.
Bob Johnson, he's another one.
Bob Johnson still on the list?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he's been investing since he became a billionaire.
Well, you know, he had the divorce too. Remember that? He had the divorce and she got half. She had the timely divorce right after they. I think that was the whole reason why they sold too, so they could split up the money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why they sold BT.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, to sell them to Viacom, I don't think it was an offer that they could refuse at the time. I wouldn't have refused. Whatever the reason was. Yeah, y'all can have it. I'm finna,
so the richest black billionaire, I think he's some sort of immigrant, Aliko Dangote. He did cement. He owns 88% of the cement company. He's worth $14 billion. Micah Dunuga, see, they're replacing this fella, people of color. He's worth $7.3 billion. He's the founder of Globacom, the second largest telecom in Nigeria. Wait a minute, these must not be U.S. I put in U.S. though. Robert Smith, the Denver-born Robert Smith, is a black billionaire, completing his education in chemical engineering. How did he make money? Started his business, Vista Equity Partners. They're being smug about that. Another Nigerian, we're not counting him. David Stewart. Who is this? Is this the baseball player? No. He was a salesman in IT. Oprah Winfrey. Kanye West is on the list. $3.2 billion. Rihanna. Oh, wow. She's an immigrant. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Rihanna is on, says she's worth more than Jordan. Her net worth is $1.7 billion. Jordan's net worth is $1.7 billion. They got Michael Lee Chin on here with the black. He's a Jamaican. He sounds like he's some sort of Asian. Jigga is on here, $1.4 billion. Tyler Perry is on here. So I digress. It's not really sports, but wanted to name those a lot of those black billionaires.
So how does Jigga get that close in net worth to Michael Jeffrey Jordan?
Right. Not only just Jigga, Rihanna.
Well, I mean, you know, Rihanna has been dealing with retail for a number of years. So, but I'm trying. Well, I've always wondered what kind of contract that Michael Jeffrey Jordan has with Nike. I know it was a great contract back then when you know, he signed whatever he signed. But
I mean, I hear you. You know, and maybe he's still gambling. You know what I mean? Maybe he's gambling a lot of his proceeds away that he could be invested. Well, you know, it's got to be affecting him in some kind of way. You know, because I hear you. He owns
you're selling me $10 and $2 shoes that are made for $5,
right?
Worth at least $10 or $15 billion.
And he owns he owns his shoes and then a basketball franchise.
Yeah.
Right.
He got money coming in from the NBA. He should have an NFL team. I don't know why he didn't pursue that.
Well, Jigga went around buying. I know he owns the rights to a lot of people's masters, and I think that's why he tried to drag down R. Kelly. He's all part of it. You know, the attack on Kales. So, so he can get a hold of his masters.
When they were touring together.
Yeah. The Jews or somebody put them. Somebody put them on them. Put him on Kales, you know, because Kales was unsophisticated, didn't have a smart team around him.
Can't read.
Right, exactly, bro. And so And they just wanted to break him down because, man, his musical portfolio. Kale, say what you want about him, and they're devaluing it. They won't play his music, and then as soon as the right business person gets ownership of those,
Yeah. Yeah.
then it's going to be, let's rebuild Kale's image. You know what I mean? Let's tell everybody he was innocent after all, but he don't own this no more.
But I mean, he's gonna be in jail for the rest of his life. So it's just a matter of who comes in and asks him to sign the contract to give up everything that he has left.
That he has left, I was going to say, because he sold a big portion of it already. Yeah. Right.
So whatever he has left, and it's terrible. But he brought this on himself.
Yeah, he's getting loans. He's getting loans on it, so he probably don't even own it anymore. All right, but congratulations to Tiger. He's in the billionaire club, allegedly. Yeah. Sam Smith, ABA legend, dies. Dies poor, allegedly begging the NBA for his pension. Any thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it's similar to the MLB just finally recognized the Negro League stats from back when the Negro League was playing. Just like they merged with the ABA, but they don't recognize the ABA as part of their pension plan and health insurance plan.
Because they only kept 4 teams when they merged, and I didn't realize that. So they merged, but only 4 teams actually merged, and then what they did was just pulled from the rest of the. So if you were on one of the teams that merged, you got the pension. And he happened to be from one of those teams. If you were on the rest of the teams in the ABA, which probably 4 more teams, I guess, you didn't get nothing.
I mean, I can understand that back in the day when the championship was on tape delay and before Michael Jeffrey Jordan took the league all over the world. But just to get these guys health care, I mean, you got health care plan for, all the NBA employees, the people working in New York.
Bro, yeah, all the fine money, man. That's what the article said. Like, the NBA makes, like, what they were asking for, the fine money that the NBA gets for fining players for cussing and they give it to charity and all that. All that could be going to these players.
Right, to the ABA players.
Yeah.
Sacrifice their skills and talent and athleticism to the point that these leagues merged, and you decided that we weren't going to be part of the league. I mean,
he was waiting on $2,000 a month. How much is that? And could that be in the NBA's coffers? $2,000 a month. And I listen. I blame the league. Don't get me wrong. And they said this guy was a proud guy, so I'm sure it wasn't public that he had this need.
Yeah.
But the Players Association should have money put to the side that they, ask the players to donate to. This is ridiculous, bro.
Well, you think the Players Association is thinking about ABA players from the 70s, the history of the league? They barely care about what's going on now.
Right. They can spend $1 million at the strip club.
Yeah.
But nobody could convince them, hey man, this could be you, especially you keep spending this $1 million at the strip club.
Right.
We're putting some money away for guys like you.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that the NBA didn't go retro and take care of all these players is a shame. But the fact that the Players Association must have washed their hands of it too is also a shame. They probably said, the NBA said they were going to do this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But, you got guys making $30, $40 million, guys sitting on the damn bench making $10 million, and you got a man in the hospital dying.
How many players you think are waiting? You say 50, maybe 100. So let's say even if it's 100 times 2 is 200 times 20 is 2,000 times 200 is 20. $200,000 a month. $200,000 a month. The players and the owners and the Mark Cubans and all these philanthropists.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, Ace.
Take care of your league. Take care of your players. Take care of
man.
Insurance. Come on, man. You know, $200,000.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
They're spending that at a strip club in one night.
Right. They're spending it at a steakhouse. They're buying wine. They're getting a new Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Gucci store.
Yeah.
You know, and how many players in the NBA at any given time? 12, 200. Yes. So that's $1,000 a month per active player. This goes to fund this. Now listen, the fund with the NBA is not funding. This money will be in a trust. It'll be invested so it can get bigger and bigger and bigger. But for our players like you one day, who can end up, same thing. NFL could be doing it because these older players, they be in the fucking Hall of Fame and they be broke, bro. And they the foundation of what it's become. And they watching these players make all this money, and they do all this charity and all these charitable foundations, and they haven't established a foundation for the former players players foundation.
Yeah, they're paying the
Gates Foundation.
Yeah, they're paying the Army and the Navy.
Yeah.
Military.
To
bring the flag out there.
Yeah. And this guy's on his deathbed waiting for $2,000 a month pension that he never got. Now that he's passed, does his family get the money, the back money like they should? I doubt it.
No. Because who's going to fight for it? I mean, you might have a lawyer that thinks that he's got a case and is willing to keep going. But if you don't have that, it's over with.
And the NBA will spend $1 million on lawyers to fight this money.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, because they don't want to open the floodgates to the NBA. I mean, to the ABA. But most of these players are old. They might have passed on.
Right, they won't be living. Even if it's 1,000, well, I mean, it's a bigger number. But yeah, even if it's 1,000, though, they can afford it, Ace. They can afford it, bro.
Yeah. Anytime you got guys making $30, $40 million.
Man.
Low management, man. Come on.
Some corporation, if I was a big corporation, this is a good way, if any corporations are listening, you can fund this like McDonald's or somebody. You can fund this money and get you some great PR off of this.
Or why don't you make this stipulation of the advertising?
Yeah, corporate sponsorship.
All over the world, all year long when the season's going on.
Right.
Put a stipulation in for 2,000, 5,000.
10% of this has got to go for the former players. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's too much like right.
Rest in peace to Sam Smith. He was a beast too. Yeah. Former Scottie Pippen. And condolences to his family. Yeah. Mark Jackson, Lake Show, coaching rumors. What do you feel about that? He's going to be talking about the homosexuals. Here it is, Rainbow Month.
No, there's no way he's going to be a coach. I heard the Lake Show is getting Darvin Ham as the head coach, and they're bringing in Rasheed Wallace as an assistant coach.
And so let me get this right. He's banned for the league for talking about the homosexuals, but yet he could be on national TV night after night commentating. Yeah. Is that what they're going to have me believe?
Well, I'm sure he signed a contract that he said he can't talk about the homosexuals.
Well, couldn't he sign the same contract in the NBA?
Yeah, no interest.
All right, that's just weird. I think he would be a good fit, though.
It's just like kind of Kaepernick signing that contract that he wouldn't kneel. Yeah, no interest.
No interest. But I wonder if he was blonde-haired and blue-eyed, would they have found a way to forgive him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Donald Trump's talking about grabbing him by the coochie. Can we say coochie on YouTube?
Man, you guys saying grab him by the pussy. I mean, I'm sorry. But you gotta use
back. They like it. They like it. Like a little short bus. Somebody at your school, 14 years old in the 4th grade, and you're like, somebody needs to get him out of here. Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's all in the context of who's making the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And we know who's making the narrative. So, yeah.
Fair enough. All right, we got one more, and then we're gonna jump into the grapplers and wrap it up. Hardy, is this the same Hardy that went to the University of Illinois? I don't know, but he played for the Dallas. Oh, okay. I used to always think it was, but he played for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And now he's in bare knuckle boxing. I didn't know there was such a thing. They got the slaves back out here beating each other too.
They got the slaves back out here doing the Mandingo boxing. And,
on Juneteenth, they're probably gonna have a big Juneteenth battle royal.
Juneteenth Mandingo battle royal. Unfortunately, he has no interest in Juneteenth. He wants to go back to Mandingo boxing. He used to make money because he jagged out so much money as an NBA player, and then he got cut because of his domestic violence accusations and altercations and phone calls to the police. So now he's down to Mandingo boxing.
You think he's got CTE, bro? They need to study his brain. He should donate his brain.
It would be advisable. I would think his problem is more
psychotic,
mental. It's, psychological before you can even attribute it to CTE. Everybody doesn't have to go through the head trauma to have
to experience psychosis.
Yeah, so I think his psychosis was attributed to maybe childhood or a lifelong
some sort of trauma. Something happened.
Yeah. So maybe it was early because he's been playing football since youth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That CTE could have started in bitty ball, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. So
with them cheap helmets we had in the hood with no padding on the inside.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Get out there, kid. Make it happen.
Your bell's ringing, huh? You feel that? Your bell's ringing. Get out there, smack it.
Go get him.
Smack you on your head again. It's hard. Send you out there. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, bare knuckle boxing, though, Ace. You watch sports. You guys like, what's that? MME, whatever they call it, MMA. I never got into that. Yeah, I never watched it.
I might check it out. Yeah.
You gonna check out the slaves in the ring?
I'm not gonna watch the slaves in the ring. I'm not gonna watch the Mandingo bare knuckle slave boxing. No, I'm not gonna watch that. But but I have watched some MMA.
Yeah, I can't watch that, bro. I can't watch MMA, which I know I won't watch bare knuckle. It's just it's just too brutal.
If you ever watch Jingo, there's no way you can watch
the bare knuckle.
Yeah,
man. All right. So,
but he needs a check.
That's what I was about to say. I was just about to say, Ace, how much money would it take for me to get in there? You know what I mean? And shit, I'd be like Rocky. My wife would be like Adrian.
Am I right? We got it. But you got to look at it's bare knuckle Mandingo. But it's a check. It's basically down to being a check. Why else would
it's prison boxing? Didn't he go to jail? He did do some time, didn't he?
He had to for the domestic violence. He was a strong advocate of domestic violence.
Oh, okay.
So that's why the NFL had to get rid of it.
Right, because that was back when that was all in the news, and they wanted to show the black man as the big brutal.
Drake do the cocaine, find you some. Find you some.
We all do the cocaine if we get off work on Friday and beat the shit out of our wives and daughters. Yeah. NBA and all right.
You do all that. Just don't have anybody call the police and put it on record. That's all we need not to do.
They don't realize most black cats, if we are drinking and doing the cocaine, the last thing we want to do is have somebody blow our high.
Right.
Violence. Right. All right. So, Black Pro Grapplers, Ace. We got a couple questions because we didn't address this in the part one in the segment.
All right.
Is pro wrestling inherently racially biased?
I would have to say yes. You do that. You have had melanated stars over the years, but their end of their career, their retirement from their career, hasn't been as affluent or as taken care of as the regular. You know what I mean by regular stars of the
The pink
WWE
ones.
or pro wrestling. You know, you've had a bunch of black stars that have excelled. Can't say a bunch. Mainly one that has excelled in pro wrestling, but yeah, I can't say.
I'm going to say it's racist, and that's why you don't have more of us there.
Yeah,
You've had white characters in swastikas. You had another one that was a Klans member. That was his character. You know, I'm just any league that would do that is racist. And then not only that, have the white person have the racist white person win in the ring against the black one.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all about money, story, persona, and their persona is or their story is directed toward a
White trash, pink trash,
pro Trump NASCAR type of crowd.
Right.
I'm
poor and stupid. I'm poor and stupid.
As long as they have them in the corner, then they're not worried about anything as far as.
You're right. That's exactly who their demographic is.
Concerned.
Yeah. And then the ignorant black guys who could be like Hardy or like what's this guy from Georgia that's running for senator? The coon.
Herschel Walker.
Yeah, and then they also cater to those guys too, who can get in the ring and be called all types of coons and spades, etc., etc. And you're gonna lose here, and then he's gonna put his ass in your face, and you're gonna, you know what I mean? And he's gonna get
next?
he's gonna get a check for $30,000, and you're gonna get a check for $700.
Well, what about next time? Oh, we got you next time.
Right, right.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's terrible, especially with that Herschel Walker thing. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I would have
happened. He's always been a coon.
Yeah, he always has.
Yeah. Now you add in that CTE and that poverty. He needs that money, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he never had the mindset. He's probably like R. Kelly in the head. They probably got something over him.
Oh,
I think he might be a little slow. He lost everything. They told him, look, you're going to be a puppet. Yeah. We're going to use you to get garner whatever black vote we can get so that we can win this election.
So when the Cowboys traded him, got all those players from the Minnesota Vikings, all those draft picks, I'm pretty sure they had something over him.
They knew he was a coon, and then, they did. You're right, though, and they knew he was doing something. Yeah. He's slow in the head, like an O.J. Simpson. You know what I mean?
Deuce.
Yeah, but Deuce was slow in the head. Everybody knew that.
If it don't fit.
You know, coming up. All right, Ace. Who is the black goat?
Hey, my my take has always been Bobo Brazil. Now, you can put the pretty boy out there talking about, you know what the hell the Rockets. You smell what the Rockets cooking. But Bobo Brazil is Jackie Robinson of pro wrestling.
And he went for a long time too, bro.
Yeah. So, from 20 to 75, Bobo was out there trying to do the thing. And it wasn't
he wasn't cooning?
Huh?
was he cooning though? He's playing the big dumb African. He's playing the big dumb African. Bobo.
I think he was, but I can't say that he was cooning.
Right, you're right though. You mean in real? Yeah, he was a weird dude. You're right. He would fight.
Yeah,
He growing up, he had a criminal history. He would fight white people, and I know what you're
yeah.
saying. Yeah, I can't say he was he was cooning, but I can't say he was a coon.
I think he was just the show, the NWA, or whatever whatever championship he was trying to win. But I don't think he was cooning. I think he was that's just Bobo, and they put the that's just Bobo. They just
All right,
put
we're gonna put you in the ring, and you're gonna be the big African out of the bush. All right, that's your.
They put the story, and he had to run the story.
I tell you what,
he ran it until he can't run it anymore.
his music, Ace, was pretty good.
Bobo was real.
Have you heard his music?
No.
Yeah, Bobo had some albums late in his career, bro. Bobo was talented, bro.
He's doing blues.
It's like jazzy, less blues. It was smooth. Okay. Yeah, like an Earth, Wind, and Fire type, bro. I'm like, man, Bobo.
Yeah, look it up there. Yeah, look it up.
Yeah. All right, I mean, I don't have a dog in this fight.
So,
The Rock, I never, I always thought they were force feeding.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I didn't even know he was black. And I hadn't heard of him as a wrestler. And then and then my wife was like, he's black. And I'm like, him? You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
I know his father was black, and I think his mother was Samoan. So they tried to take his father's name was Rocky Johnson.
Right.
Yeah, and his mother was Samoan.
Right. But he's one of those guys, I look at him, he's got that bald head. He's one of those guys. Is he Puerto Rican? They always in the hood, Not that I got anything against Puerto Ricans or, people of color, but they always in there blurring the damn lines. They blurring the damn lines. You know what I mean? And if I got to sit here and, what is he, baby? And she's like, he's black. and you know what I'm trying to say, Ace? Like, okay. But,
well, I mean, it's the narrative of WWE. So they're not going they're going to use what they can use while they can use it. So if first, they can say, yeah, he's black. He's Rocky Johnson's son.
Right. And
then it was like, oh, yeah, he get a tattoo on his chest and back. He's Samoan.
He's a big Samoan.
Yeah. So,
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna ride with you since I don't have a dog in the fight. I'll go with Bobo. He's quite an interesting cat, and he's a businessman. He was an entrepreneur.
Yeah. I mean, he did what he could in his time when he could do it.
And where he came from.
Yeah. He wasn't a businessman such as James Brown, but he did what he could. He used his physical abilities.
Yeah.
And
he had truck. He bought him a couple trucks.
Pro wrestling.
Yeah. Bought him a house, bought his mama a house. He came up in a shack in Mississippi, bro.
Yeah.
They ran him out of town because he was doing some allegedly breaking and entering into some homes, and he's lucky. The pig told him get out of town. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have put him in one of those Mississippi prisons.
I'm going to go up north and rest.
Yeah, that's what they told him. We don't want to see you again. They could have put him in a tree. They didn't have evidence on him, but the word around town was it was him doing the crimes. The word around town.
Yeah. Probably true. Alleged.
All right, so Ace.
So I mean, you got a Bobo Brazil, you got a Rock, you have a Junkyard Dog, you have
Junkyard Dog. I forgot
Abdullah
about
the Butcher, JYD. Yeah, and you had a number of wrestlers, grapplers that tried to do that thing as far as pro wrestling is concerned. But Bobo was my man back in the 70s. On Sunday mornings when I used to wake up, and Bob Schmurder Ford was sponsoring the wrestling, the singing Ford dealer.
We got one location with 2,000 cars.
Yeah,
Come on in here.
Come on in so we can rip you right off.
Oh, we're gonna rip you off. It's a cream puff right here.
Oh man, she just drove it to church, and that's about it.
And kept it in the garage.
Yeah. It's got 1,000 miles on this. Yeah, it's a 20-year-old. Yeah,
and nobody's turned the miles back.
Absolutely not.
I give you my handshake on that.
You're singing for it, Dylan.
You buy it now, we get you this gold pen to sign the contract with. That pen could be worth $10,000.
And we're gonna ring the bell for you if you buy it.
Ring the bell. Yeah, I would say that it's a racist entity.
Oh yeah. But I mean, most professional sports are based on the owners versus the athletes.
Yeah.
And who's going to be the best athletes, and who's going to be the owners?
Yeah. Yeah, we should have had a black wrestling league, and then they would have been forced to merge with us.
It's like, we still should have a Negro league in baseball.
In every sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been established in baseball. We can use the same names, the same colors, the same teams, and force MLB. MLB said they're recognizing the Negro League records.
Except my Chicago team would be the Black Sox.
No. The Chicago American Giants.
Man, the Black Sox, bro. I know that was Shoeless Joe Jackson and all of that, but Black Sox is cold. I need to get a jersey made.
It was unstoppable. They just wanted to hedge their bets to make sure they be good enough to the World Series. Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and wrap it up with your final words, Ace, and we're gonna close it out.
All right. Well, my grappler is Bobo Brazil. When I woke up on Sunday mornings, having to do my chores, it was like 7, 8 in the morning. I would hear the Smyrna Ford commercials, and then wrestling would come on. After that, you'd have Bobo Brazil and what was that guy? I don't know if it was Dusty Rhodes. It was another guy. I can't remember. I have to bring it back up next week. And these guys were doing what they could to feed their families and keep this pro wrestling thing going in the arenas that they were fighting in, which was the amphitheater here in Chicago. So it was inherently not geared toward the melanated wrestlers, because of course, who was trying to make all the money? But Bobo Brazil was my guy. I love the Junkyard Dog, and a few other melanated grapplers that were available during those times. Mag Dog Vachon he was melanated, but he was of Middle Eastern descent. So you had guys out there willing to work on their craft to become better grapplers, but the ownership, the matches, the all of the money that was being taken in was by the owners of these leagues, and they made the narrative of who they wanted to win, who they wanted to continue to win, and Bobo Brazil was a big dark brother. And unfortunately, his time wasn't then. So, of course, The Rock is making $60 million a year doing movies and appearances and selling tequila and whatever he wants to do. But shout out to those guys that put in work to keep pro wrestling going. The Bobo Brazils, the Junkyard Dogs, the Kamalas, what are the guys that are wrestling now? The New Day.
I think that's what I was confused with. Kamala, that was the big African. Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, Kamala was out there like
Yeah, I think he was cooning.
yeah, he was out there like what was that Tom and Jerry cartoon? Barbecue Cat. Yeah, he was looking at it with the big lips and the bones across.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, these guys, they were playing characters, but, mentally they didn't know these characters were detrimental to our race. But they were trying to make money. They were trying to feed their families. They were trying to go take care of their doctor bills. And,
So was Stephen Fletcher.
Yeah. So unfortunately, they died broke because there was nobody
So did
there.
Stephen Fletcher. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, there's nobody to take care of them. Nobody that was there to proceed with their cause of just being pro wrestlers and being these characters. Because everybody was trying to make money, so they're gonna make money for us riding around with bones in their nose and butt naked with a hula skirt on and bones painted on their face. Send them out there. But unfortunately, in the end, these guys weren't able to retire or live a fruitful life because, the whole game was plotted against them. Hopefully, in the next generation of grapplers, that they have agents or managers that are taking care of their business and they can get out with some kind of retirement with health care. And they can live a good life after their pro wrestling.
Pro my ass. It's all fixed. This just in, Ace.
It's all fixed.
Put his ass out on the street. Put his ass out on the street. He don't want to work anyway. Hell, he don't want to do that.
Oh, hold on. That's not what I want to hear. Wrong one. All right, this just in.
I like Herschel Walker, man. Shoot, he won. Man, he kicked ass down there. Shoot. Hey, he puts America first. We like guys like that. We need more. We need more. We need
Anonymous
more blacks.
call.
And more blacks and Hispanics are changing. I'm trying to tell you, man. Y'all be talking, but, man, it's changing. I'm trying to tell you that. It's changing. It's changing. They either left the Democrats and staying neutral, or they going over to the other side.
Well, they conflate one coon who's propped out there just for that reason, and then can say, everybody's the same. But hey, teach his own. He likes Herschel Walker. Yeah, that caller likes Herschel Walker. So, yeah. All right. My final words. For anybody out there, get the kids away from here if they don't want to know. Pro wrestling is a farce. It's always been a farce. At least it's an open-ended farce because I have reason to believe that the NBA is a farce. And Ace, while I'm doing this final, who won the finals?
I haven't watched it since game. Well, I haven't watched any other games, actually. I guess the highlights. I mean, it's that 3-point contest shit. I mean, it's not entertaining to me.
Hold
on. I'm good for the final.
Yeah, Golden State closed it out, man. 4-2. Yeah. Yeah, Golden State closed it out. NBA season is over. Wow.
Yeah, you're going to sit. Yeah. Let a team beat your ass 3 times on your home floor.
In Boston, we're supposed to have some sort of shamrock up your butt.
Yeah. All the racers can get out there and yell at the team and give you all the momentum you need, and can get it done. Maybe next year.
So for anybody that don't know, pro wrestling is fixed. So if you're gambling on it, you probably shouldn't be.
No. Absolutely.
We should come up with a reality league. Since you got fantasy football, we come with reality wrestling.
Oh yeah, the fake house husbands of LA. We have the fake wrestling husbands of the world.
Real Wrestling Association or something.
Yeah.
So Ace, we got So those are my final words. I'll leave it at this. Check in with us on the Self Love Show Wednesday. We are doing Accumulating Wealth. This is 102. So we're going to go over some wealth building strategies.
Big show.
Yeah, we have an accomplished panel. Looking forward to closing out part 2 of the riveting series. Of course, in part 1, we did Changing the Mindset. That's 101. We suggest you watch that to get yourself prepared for 102.
A lot of bright new eyes.
Facts. What we got for next week, bro? You got any hottest topics in mind?
Oh, yeah. The Cubs. Cubs are going to win the World Series.
You heard it here first. Within 100 years, the Cubs are going to win the World Series.
Yeah, we're going to have to work on the next topic for next week.
I'll put money on that. All right. So yeah, we'll work on it, y'all. But y'all know we got some very good hot topics lined up for y'all for next week as well, as we always do. And so, when you're in the great city of the Chi, make sure you're checking your 6.
Sure.
Look at your blind spot.
Sure.
TATN. TATN. Look over the shoulder.
What?
Guard your grill. Knuckle up. TATN.
Mouthpiece included.
And don't forget to. And don't forget to. And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Yeah.
See you next week.